recording?
We're recording.
Oh my god, what's
Imagine! Oh god, I've really knocked this out of place now.
Right.
Right. I think, does that look good? I feel like these trousers, I can never sit properly in them, you know. They're all like boof up at the wrong place.
Right.
Cross my legs. I get my phone. And
Right.
let's do a happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Cakes by
I
Nancy!
feel like it's my actual birthday, you know.
Right, let's blow out the camera. We're going out together.
Yeah, we're gonna make a wish, like a business wish.
I love this.
Okay.
Right, okay. After three.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think I just spat on my cake then.
I think the smoke alarm's gonna be going off in a minute.
God, that would be a disaster.
Right.
Hi
everyone.
Hello.
Nancy, can
We're
you just talk
back.
that? Because I can't wait to get rid
You
of
took
tea
it with your cake. So we're back with an episode all about me. I've been saying to people this episode's all about me when I'm actually forgetting the fact that it should be about Cakes by Nancy. And I just feel like I am Cakes by Nancy. So I think we're gonna dive a bit into me. I've got some good things lined up to talk about myself. So I'm talking about myself. But yeah,
literally supplied us, by the way, with, I feel like we're cake like right stuck in all my teeth and everything now.
Oh god, are we gonna be
Oh, sorry if
Clacking.
the next 30 minutes is us literally just munching away. This is to die for. Right, so we are filming it because we do now put stuff on YouTube and things.
Yeah.
But for those that can't see, do you remember at school you had that proper old school sponge cake? This is it, and honestly.
And that icing on top.
It's
That's the best bit. For me, the icing's the best bit. That like boil icing, I think it
You
is.
could see the wedge I've got here. Bear with me 1 minute. Sorry guys.
This is good. But I get what you mean. Kind of all gets all up in your teeth, doesn't it?
Here we are.
Oh god.
Right.
You sort yourself out, love. I'm
Just
gonna have
have a little
swig on me hoops.
Swig on me hooch. So I went to 3 petrol stations this morning to try and find a bottle of No Secco.
Yeah.
So that we needed a bit of toast, so let's cheers.
Oh, cheers!
It's 2 years in
2
the
years
shop.
in the
It's
shop.
not Cakes by Nancy's second birthday, it's a shop second birthday.
Yeah, and then Cakes by Ramsay. I'm hammered. Bloody hell.
God, yeah, that's it.
Cakes-
So I went to 3 petrol stations this morning to try and find a bottle of No Secco. So I thought, yeah, we'll bring some flutes, have a little cheers. Nowhere does it.
Oh.
So I've gone for a bottle of hooch instead. So we've gone from No Secco to hooch. And do you know what?
I'm happy about this. And also, I feel like pink hooch is our drink, you know, because when we first did like our first little trailer thing for the podcast, we were drinking pink hooch.
Yeah.
I actually had that bottle rolling around in my car for about 2 months.
Yeah.
After
You
that.
can't beat a bit of hooch. So
No.
yeah, so here we are. We're cheering on a bit of pink hooch. That's nice.
Yeah, I've done a little floral display. It's looking a bit sad, but
We've got our party hats on. I keep forgetting to put this on my head. You know. We're going all
don't you think
out.
Candice, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't you think Candice looks like that llama? You know that party llama? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you see that birthday card, it's just like this llama with his hats on. It's like that's what you imagine.
There we go. I'll stick a picture of my face on the story.
Yeah.
Next to the party llama. So this week, I'm sure people have seen it all over your Instagram. We're going big at the shop.
I mean, you are pretty much always involved,
Part of it. So we're going big at the shop to celebrate 2 years.
Yeah, if you are
business.
planning on coming down, just a little promo for Cakes by Nancy. Wednesday to Friday in the shop, we're going to have like special offers on, like daily offers, so they're going to change up daily. Free samples. The counter is going to be all of the pink bakes, which you've seen before, and they are good. They are so good, and they're pretty. So if you want in the aesthetic bakes, pop on down for them. We've got a raffle on as well that we're raising money for Alzheimer's. So
Huge.
yeah, well the plan is because the 21st of September is Alzheimer's. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong. I'm so sorry if I am. It's Alzheimer's Day. So the plan is to have the raffle running from the shop's birthday, like up to then, and then we're hoping to do like a bit of an Alzheimer's friendly, you know, like open shop, you know,
like
that's
it.
yeah, just a bit of something. So yeah, that's when we're gonna reveal the winners of the raffle. So
Love that.
yeah, and then Saturday, if you can come down on the Saturday, I've got face painter in.
Winner.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have a full-on cupcake on my
I was
face.
just about to say you have to have like a cake.
A cake,
Yeah.
that would be good, or like a big cookie or something.
Does everybody have to have cake-related face paints, or can they have whatever they want?
No, I don't think I can force a child to like, no, you're not gonna have the line, you've got to have a cupcake. I think that's a bit frowned upon. But yeah, so I've got party bags on Saturday as well. You're coming and doing balloons
Yes.
for the week.
So it's something a little bit different, aren't we?
We
this
are. I'm
time?
excited to see this.
Obviously, the weather is hot, hot, hot.
What the hell?
So I'm not complaining though. I do like it. So I was going to do it all today. However, we want to keep it fresh. So I'll be here at the Crack of Dawn tomorrow.
I mean, I wouldn't be panicking anyway because your balloons literally last for about 2 years. So yeah, they literally go on forever. So I won't be panicking. But yeah, we're coming down tomorrow to do that. So it should be a good week. I'm hoping if you're around, you can pop on down and see us.
like
It'll be
it.
a good week.
So today, kicking off the week, we're talking all things Kate's by Nancy. Now, we've done the backstory of
Yes.
how you started. I'm not saying that's the boring bit, but we've done the
Yeah, and if you've not listened, go back. I think it might have been the intro episode.
First or second.
Yeah, that we've touched on it. So go and have a listen to that. And
So I think we should kick off today's. I want what we're all here for. I want some juice. I want a crazy story. I want,
story.
you know, from the outside looking in, it's all perfect. You've got it running like to a T.
Yes.
Everything that you produce goes without saying is delicious and looks fantastic. But you've
Aw.
got to have some form of like crazy story
Oh my
to kick us
gosh.
off with.
I mean, I'm quite glad that it looks like that because I'm happy, you know, it looks good. But really, it's just an absolute shambles every day. It really is. Like every day there's some crazy drama. Some of the like silliest dramas that we've had are I'm hoping some of the OGs will know what I mean when I say Veolia bin saga. That was just a crazy time for us where we had Veolia provide our bins, which you know, standard.
Veolia as in like
The bin,
your wastage
waste,
bin. Right?
yeah.
I'm looking at you thinking Veolia bin. Is that
Oh,
like
sorry,
type of
guys.
like glasses or?
No. It's like the waste
Right.
management people.
Yeah. Oh, I know this saga.
Oh my gosh. And like literally I spent I think a year, 2 years fighting with Veolia just to get my damn bins collected. But it just ended up being this crazy, stupid situation where like I had this weird interaction with this woman called Jane on one of them online chats and ended up me just like being really I kind of took it all out. Yeah. And
Not like
Jane,
you, Nancy.
I know, me OTT, but this poor woman Jane copped for it. But yeah, that's a whole saga. But we've had like that's just an example of some of like the silly, stupid situations that you kind of go through, like running a business. But one of my like biggest crazy stories was actually when we were doing the cakes from home, and by we it was me at the time just doing it by myself with lots of help from Lisa Leach, my mum. And it was Easter and I'd taken all these Easter orders, and back then I used to have so much variety and so many different options. So like I had the half eggs on offer, I had cupcakes, I had brownie boxes, cookie boxes, treat boxes, like 3 different types of treat boxes.
Yeah.
You could choose all your different flavours for your cupcakes. You could there was so much option, which, you know, sounds amazing, and that's what I thought everybody wanted, which they did. But from running a business perspective, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
When you've got like it's just giving you so much room for error when
You need
there's
multiple of you.
yeah, exactly. And it was just me trying to do it all with lots of help from Lisa. But anyway, and it got to, and not only that, I'd taken on so many custom orders, you know, big like orders where it was like I had a 2-tier cake on with cupcakes and popsicles. I was just daft. I was honestly looking back, I thought, what the hell was I doing? And people were literally coming and knocking at the door to pick up their bakes. I'd worked all through the night, I'd not gone to bed, and I'd had to call my auntie, my grandma, my dad, my mum, all in to help. We had just cakes all over the house, like we had these pop-up tables all in the lounge. My dad was answering the door, like coming saying like, right, I need Malteser stuffed egg, and we were literally like still putting the toppings on the egg, packaging it up for him to give to this customer that's come to collect the egg. It was daft, it was so stupid, and that was one of them things that, you know, when you think, how the hell have I just got through that? And people were having to wait, and there was a queue, and people like in the cars all down the road, and it was just crazy.
The house was the place to be.
The house was. People would drive. Like my neighbours would be like, "What the hell are you doing in that house?" Like, probably not something mega dodgy was going down.
Just supplying the cake.
Just supplying the cakes. But yeah, that was one of those real disaster moments where I thought, what on earth have I done? Like I was trying to get the orders ready, and
I
I
love
felt
that you
like
had literally all your family involved.
everybody,
Yeah,
like my
everybody.
brother, I was getting him involved, everybody. I was like, if you can see a cake, do something with it. Pick it up, go to the door. Oh, it was just stupid. So yeah, definitely learned a lot from that one.
Yeah.
It's all about.
And with you saying you literally offered everything,
Yeah.
which it still looks to me, and like probably to everyone else, that you still have such a wide variety of things.
Yeah.
Are there certain products that you've learned to love and hate over the years, in the
Yes.
sense of have some been completely binned off, or are some you hate them but they're still there because they're so popular?
Yeah. So one of the ones which we've pushed to this bench, the little side bench.
On the reserves.
It's on the reserves. We call it in every now and again, and we've actually called it up this week. But it's the bulging balls.
Oh.
Now, you all love the bulging
Yeah.
balls. I've not met anyone yet. Let me know if you hate them, but I've not met anybody that hates them. Everybody loves them because and it's something that I created myself, like an idea that came to me. Everybody out there does similar things, like there's stuffed brownie balls, and so I'm not saying it's like I am the creator of the bulging ball, but that was just something that I was messing about with one time, and it was back again when I used to literally mess about in the bakery on like a Wednesday and put the product out on the counter on the Thursday. I've not worked out the cost of this product, I've not worked out the ingredients, the flavours, I literally just make it and put it out. And like,
See how it sells.
yeah, but from a business perspective, that's not what you do. That's not how you run a business. You need to, like, you know, work out your costumes and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I think that was about £3.50.
Yeah, and this was, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, let's call it, you know, like three quid, put it out, and yeah, just stupid. And not have like any labels written up for it. Well, honestly, just mental. But now, when I've started thinking more business minded, like the girls, I've got a love-hate relationship with them in the bakery because they take hours to make because there's so much like
So
process
can you
of it.
explain to people who don't know what they are, what is a bulging ball?
So a bulging ball it's like a spongy, to be fair, I kind of struggle to tell you what it is, you just have to taste it and you know, but it's like,
We all love the balls.
we all love the balls. The funniest thing is when like men come in and wives have sent them and they're like, can I just have one of them ball things? I'm like, what was that, love? A bulging ball? Yeah, how did you want two? Do you want a pair? And they're just like screaming inside, like, get me out of this stupid shop.
Nice to see you. Off you go with your bulging balls.
Yeah, you enjoy the bulging balls, have a good bite. So yeah, it's so funny. But they are like a cakey mixture, so it's like sponge, but then it's like mixed in with some other secret ingredients.
Oh.
I'll let you know, it's like buttercreamy, chocolatey. So it makes it like doughy and
Yeah.
squidgy. And then inside that we stuff it with spread, so like Nutella, Biscoff, caramel, that kind of thing. And then we like set them and then dunk them in more chocolate,
Oh
and then we
my
drizzle
word.
chocolate, have chocolate toppings on, sprinkles, all sorts. And
They are incredible.
I'll insert a picture if I can on the YouTube channel of what they are. But yeah, they are so good, and people like flock for the bulging balls. But when I've worked out how long they take, I'd have to charge to like make it a worthwhile product.
Yeah.
And you're looking at charging like £6 for one of these bowls, which it's just a bit too steep. Maybe, I could try and charge a £6 and people might buy it. Personally, I'm thinking I ain't buying that bullshit bowl for £6.
Yeah.
That's a bit too much money.
So they're making them come back this weekend.
But they are. We're bringing them back as a limited edition because I said when I've taken them off the counter, I'm so sorry, my alarm's going off. How rude. This is not what time I normally wake up. So I'd taken them off, put them, like we had them on the counter every week. We've not been doing that, but I thought, bring it back.
So coming back
Yeah,
this weekend,
they are.
limited pink edition.
Limited pink edition.
And how much are they?
I actually couldn't tell you. Let me have a quick look.
God.
Let me have a quick
Here's
look.
an example of a businesswoman right there.
That has no clue what she's doing. Bulging bowl. They are £4 and 5 pence.
£4 and 5 pence.
Yeah.
That's an absolute Brucey bargain if ever I know one.
And they are hefty as well.
Yeah, they are hefty.
Like, let's say this big.
Yeah. I think
So-
a lot of your products are
Hefty, yeah. I mean, that's what I like. I
Yeah.
think when you go in somewhere, you want a hefty bake. So yeah, that's probably my least favourite product.
Mm.
Love it, but also hate it at the same time. And making it, it's all over your hands. So yeah,
Like Bruce Bogtrotter.
yeah, covered. So
So, other end of the spectrum, what's your favourite product?
my favourite product gotta be the brownie.
Brownie, really?
Brownie.
Why is that?
That is, oh my god, I can't have any of the brownies anymore. If I went somewhere else, I try them, so I think, maybe get a bit of inspo. Can't, they just don't live up to my brownies, and yeah. And people, like my family, they're all the same now. I mean, we're very biased, but yeah, that, and I feel like whatever flavour we do, it always works. It's always just as good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And they're just fudgy, but also like, firm, but also just melt in the mouth, and you can have them, you can ping them and have them a little bit warm and gooey. You can have them with ice cream, you can have them with all sorts.
So that reminds me,
Mm-hmm.
this morning, apologies it was only this morning, I just don't know where these weeks go, and I woke up this morning and thought, I've not put a poll or a question box on our Instagram for everyone ready for Nancy. But, so I did, and we have a poll on, and the question I asked was, the big decider, what is your favourite bake?
Okay.
So I gave the option of blondie,
Mm-hmm.
brownie,
Yeah.
stuffed cookie, or flapjack.
Interesting.
So what order do you think they went in?
I'm thinking stuffed cookie or brownie would be the top. I'm thinking stuffed cookie would be the top, then brownie, then maybe flapjack, then blondie, because not many people know what blondie is.
Right,
Am
so
I close?
number one,
Mm-hmm.
my first point I'm going to say to you is, I don't know what's going on here, but you might want to remove flapjack because 0% have said that flapjack is their fave. So either you need to up your flapjack game
Okay.
and put it out there.
Yeah.
And that might be a little challenge for you actually.
Yeah.
What can you do with
Like
flapjack?
revamp the
Then
flapjack.
I also think, is it the time of year? Like, I wouldn't ever think of getting a flapjack unless it was cold. Do you know what I mean? I like a nice
Yeah.
cozy flapjack and a.
And to be fair, if I was stood in front of that counter, I would pick a flapjack out of everything else.
There you go. That's,
Okay, so when I remove the flapjack off the menu and people are literally like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
like,
We've got this to thank.
yeah. So that's just the first point I've noticed
Mhm.
immediately. Flapjack.
This is some great
It's
market
like
research.
0% by the way.
Oh my god.
Sorry, but it's 0.
Right.
But let's go for the good stuff. So
Yeah.
in first place, drum roll please, with 50% of the votes, a stuffed cookie.
I knew
I love a
it.
stuffed cookie.
Yeah,
Any
they are
flavour, I
good.
love it.
And
Love a
again,
stuffed cookie.
you can have it cold, you can have it hot, goes with
Oh,
ice cream.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
All the different flavours.
Yeah.
Second place with 30%,
Brownie.
brownie.
Yes.
And then third place, blondie with 20%.
Interesting.
So, yeah. And then
Oh, sorry, flapjack.
sauce
Oh
flapjack.
god,
Put it on.
it's
So there you go. There's a challenge for you, by the way.
What can I do to the flapjack?
Yeah. Then we also put a question box on. We've got a couple of questions that have come in. Ooh. Not that many, but in all fairness, I didn't put it on until this morning.
But we're busy girls, aren't we? We're busy babes.
We've had a conversation this morning. The question box and the polls are going to go on every Sunday. So that's 2 days to get yourselves on there.
Yeah.
So I'll just quickly ask a couple. First one, I like this one. How do you think of all the crazy names for the bakes? I like that, because for example, bulging balls.
Yeah. I like to be, my kind of personality is silly, with a little bit of crudeness to it. That's the right word. I like to, make people squirm a bit when they're asking, like with the men and the bulging balls. So I kind of like just being funny. And also, I think it's good to be different.
Yeah, of course it is.
And my brain is literally a bit wacky. So I'm looking at something and thinking, what's a bit daft about this? And I was thinking, well, the balls with stuffed in and bulging. I was like, it's a bulging ball.
Bulging ball.
We had the wieners on. Oh my god, if you were there for the wieners. The wieners were like brownie rolled into a sausage and then like dipped in chocolate. They were good. So yeah, and I kind of like the porky pies. Like people call them the cookie pies, which like, that's kind of what they are. But I'm thinking, I want people to remember, come into Nancy's and remember, I've had a porky pie at Nancy's. Nancy's the only place that does the porky pie. Obviously, people do similar products and that, but porky pie is Nancy.
Yeah,
and I just think, when you think of different names, people associate that name with you. And I literally just look at something and think, what's weird and silly about it, and that's where the name comes from.
Yeah, no, I like it. And there is a question here which I'm going to very slightly touch on. I just want you to give me a yes or a no, because then we're going to come to your goals a bit later on.
Okay.
Will you open another shop somewhere else?
Yes.
Say no more. Say no more. So yeah, we didn't give many questions. There are a couple of others, but I don't want to tap into them because we're going to go into things in further detail. So when you kind of listen later on in the episode, you will think, oh, actually, that's answered my question that I've asked.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit of something for me, haven't you? In the 2 truths and a lie.
My game. Okay, so it's a little bit of a silly game to know a bit more about the cake business and then a bit more about me. So I've got 2 truths and 1 lie about the business.
Okay.
And I've got 2 truths and 1 lie about me.
Right. Hit me with it. Right.
So
I'm going.
Right, you ready? So this is about the cake business.
Okay.
So number 1, I've made cakes for the Furies. So the Furies, they've got that documentary out at the moment. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's great, isn't it? I'm only a couple of episodes in, but I'm loving it. So yeah, number 1, made cakes for the Furies. Number 2,
Paris needs a cake with a medal on, by the way.
oh my god, doesn't she?
Anyway, I'm not going into detail on that, but yeah.
Number 2, someone once came to collect an order and I'd not even made it. And number 3, I shouted in a customer's face for not liking a cake that I made.
So, none of those would surprise me. Number 2 definitely wouldn't surprise me because I think I am that customer. I turned up for Chris's either birthday or Father's Day giant cookie, and you looked at me and went, "Hi, Candice." I said, "Hi, Nancy. You alright?" She went, "Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Are you?" And then all of a sudden, I think the penny must have dropped, and you went, "I'm
not doing it.
I'll bring it to your house tonight. I promise I'll be at your house tonight and bring it." So I know number 2 is a truth, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay.
But
it's
you
funny
recovered
that
it well, though.
Yeah.
You recovered it well.
You know what? I've nailed the art of recovering. No matter what happens, I can make something work.
I love that. Right, so shouting in a customer's face or making cakes for the Furies. You are a bit feisty, but I don't think you would shout in a customer's face. So I'm going to say that's the false. Go on.
You are correct.
No.
I've never shouted, but I suppose I am quite...
Right, anyway, moving swiftly on from Hollywood Bowl. It's just raining.
I probably have outed myself like that, to be fair.
Can we just bring it back into CBN? Cakes by Nancy.
Yes.
Right, I want to know, what are your goals for Cakes by Nancy? Because, like, I think everybody thinks, like, you know, you're smashing it. You're absolutely killing life. Like, so what's next? What, or are you happy, or what?
I've got some probably boring goals, but then also I've got some fun goals. So one of my boring ones, but really essential, is to get the profit margins sorted, to get my pricing sorted, to get my paperwork bits all sorted. At the moment, I'm a mess.
So you don't need to give us the figures, that's absolutely right. But from the outside looking in, I think people probably think you're killing it. And I know you mentioned in a couple of things in the sense of like the profit margins and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you a high rolling big timer with loads of cash in the bank?
I'm literally, and this is no word of a lie, whatever money I've got coming in is going straight back out. There's no pot of money building itself up in my bank account, or the cake account. It's literally, we're covering costs at the moment, which is not how we need to be doing business, because we need to be getting a pot of money building up, not even just for my own pocket, like at the minute I barely get a wage anyway, but not even for myself, but for like the cost of, like, we need to get new ovens. I think I mentioned this before, and like things like that, whereas I'm thinking, where the hell am I going to get this money from to pay for new ovens?
So you'd call that a boring goal, but it's
essential for me to keep running. So yeah, that's something that I'm trying to work on. It's hard because I've got to keep the business going. I'm going to be making cakes and, you know, doing the day-to-day stuff. But I need to find the time to also get this stuff up and running. And it's little things like, once you go back registered, you have to do loads more paperwork. So for like the finance side of stuff. So like my brother, he's my accountant, like bookkeeper kind of thing. So he's always on at me to do that. So I just push that to the side. So yeah, I'm trying to get lots of processes in place and get into a routine of things running smoothly, and then I can make business decisions about the products and what we can offer and like that kind of thing. Which kind of leads me on to my next goal, which I'm hoping that we can get up and running soon, but it does also depend on the finance stuff. But it's wholesale. Wholesale. So do you kind of know what I mean when I say wholesale?
No, all I'm picturing now is like you're going to be booting out Costco and there's going to be a big Cakes by Nancy at Costco. Do you mean that?
I mean, kind of. No, so in terms of wholesale, it just means like other businesses can stock Cakes by Nancy products.
Oh, right.
So we have
B2B.
Yeah. So we have had like different cafes and like restaurants and places get in touch, but not even that. We had like somebody that's got like a furniture shop. They wanted to stock Cakes by Nancy products, and you know, like no matter what your business is, really, if you want to stock us, you can do in a few months, hopefully. But yeah, it's just having our products in other places. So it means for our customers, say you live out Retford way, we might have a business in Retford that will stock us, so you can get our products there and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's good for us, but also good for the customers as well, and good for the businesses, so they can, you know, hopefully stock a real nice brownie that and to make it themselves.
Nice.
So yeah, we're wanting to really get that all sorted, but I need to get the finances and everything in place and know what I'm doing with that first, and there's lots of logistics for wholesale that I need to get nailed before I can start offering that. So we're just working on that at the moment. Expansion.
Right, talk to us.
Oh my
I
God.
knew this one was coming, you know.
Yeah.
Because you can't sit still for
I
too
can't.
long.
I also have this like, I hate the feeling, which I suppose is what you mean, I hate the feeling of me not moving forward and not, I feel like in the past year we've been doing important things, but we've just been, you know, we've got the shop and we've got the unit and we've just been managing those and we've been taking on staff. But for me, expansion is taking on another premises, taking on another challenge, taking on something else.
So, I saw you were in Leeds at the weekend. Was that a social thing or a business thing?
I love to say business. It was social, but I've got two kind of like long-term goals, which I'll let you guys in on. So one of them is I would love to get Cakes by Nancy in another premises. Ideally one that's got a bakery and a shop in one place.
Yeah.
Because that is one thing that we do struggle with logistics wise. It would be so much easier if we had the bakery and the shop
together
in one place.
Yeah.
Because it just means, you know, if people are serving out front and the shop's quiet, they can come into the back and do some baking. And also if we run out of stock, we can get some cupcakes made up and get them out. So yeah, that's kind of one of my long-term goals. Another long-term goals is Cakes by Nancy on wheels.
On wheels? So on wheels as in Meals on Wheels, driving around, or do you mean one of them like vintage horse boxes?
Yeah, I don't know yet. I just would love the idea of me being able to get Cakes by Nancy in lots of different, like, you know, limited edition locations. And
so when I worked in an office on a Friday, we used to call it the Fat Band.
Yeah.
The Fat Band came around ringing, singing.
Yeah, imagine.
Like, Fat Band's here. I mean, sorry now, it's more often than not. It's like the treat van.
Yeah.
It's a bit like an ice cream van, but you go around different offices.
Yeah, that's more
on a Friday treat day.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you guys, you've got the inside scoop on that one. That was juicy for you.
The runner might apply to be the driver.
You
can use my van.
I can use your van. Oh my god.
Right, this time next week, guys. Fat van's doing around.
Just me and Candice like heads out the back of a van. We'd probably get arrested. But yeah, I just love the idea. I love, like, you know, the silliness of it as well, like you say, like Batman's here and just so I'd love to do that, but again, logistics, timing, costs, it's all things to consider, so we'll see if that happens.
Nice. I think they're good. You know, when you talk about expansion, so like I'm really keen for us to have a Busy Babes get together.
Yes.
And like immediately I think, well, of course, why would we not do it at the shop, the Cakes by Nancy shop? You know, it's perfect for it, it's beautiful, it's where we record, so it's our hub. Just one thing that gets to me, Nancy, you've got a licence.
Oh!
Like, where's the booze? I mean, I'm not saying it has to be a boozy night, but
it's nice to have
you know,
a little porn star martini on offer. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Right. Coming for afternoon tea. Do you want a glass of fizz for that?
Yeah,
I'd love a glass of fizz.
So it was the month before we were due to open the shop, so it was about July time before we were going to open the doors. I was like, Lisa, I want to do bottomless brunchy afternoon tea. I'm going to get my licence. So I looked into getting a licence, and I didn't realise that you had to do like proper courses, and you had to like pay for like a licence for the shop and a licence for myself, and it was a bit more of a minefield than what I had anticipated. And like lots more. I think you had to come in. Might be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. But like somebody had to come out and like assess the business and different things that I thought, oh god.
I thought it was literally just like
you go online.
Please can I have a licence?
Yeah.
This is what you can do. This is what you can't do.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I could be looking at the wrong.
So important question. Like, is it on the cards?
It is. Yeah. Be like, especially at Christmas time. Imagine that thing. Yeah, I've got some great, honestly, this year's events at Christmas time. Oh my god, don't tell that to my dad because him and all his mates will be coming in. They do Thirsty Club on a Thursday. I have them all rocking up for little Cakes by Nancy shenanigans. But yeah, I've got some good events as well coming for the festive season. Think party. Think fancy dress. Think Nancy making a twat of herself as always, but yeah, it's gonna be
so
good.
exciting.
Yeah, but then I do have one more goal, which I think this might prick the ears of many listeners. I want to start offering a little workshop-y cake decorating something.
Nice.
Now my initial thoughts, I'll keep it, you know, like fun, light-hearted, you know, like if you've got a baby shower, you know, come and do like a little cupcake class, or a little, you know, like the bento cakes, you know, like a little sip and cake kind of situation. So we're hoping to get them up and running soon, and then down the line I would love to do like actual training people up on cakes.
So for people who want to run a cake business.
Yeah. And but also give like, I feel like there's lots of things out there on YouTube, and like I learned to decorate cakes from YouTube, so I feel like there's lots of stuff out there on that. There's not much out there on like the business side of things, so I also want to do like go into that kind of path.
Nice.
As well. Yeah, so yeah, I've got lots of ideas and stuff like that.
So talking of, you know, your ideas of the workshop and training and stuff, obviously that's in the pipeline, but right now today, what advice would you give anyone wanting to start a cake business?
So my first bit of advice, and this probably isn't just for cake businesses, it's for anything, your customer service needs to be impeccable. Now, everybody makes mistakes when it comes to customer service, like you learn along the way, but the thing that comes down to, no matter how many mistakes you make, if you get somebody's cake order wrong, if you forget a cake order, no matter what happens, you have got to put that customer's like interest first.
Yeah.
You've got to be thinking, if I was in that customer's shoes and somebody had let me down, what would I want to resolve the situation? So I've done things before, like I said, right, I'm going to go back to the bakery and I'm going to get this cake done for you. I'm sorry it's not done on time. I'm going to get it done in a couple of hours. Can you give me that? Or you're thinking, right, let me give this customer a free treat box as an apology. Or, you know, I'm not saying that's the right way to do it, but for me, that's always what everything comes down to. It's not about the problem, and you know, it's crap if you do forget an order, but it happens, like people make mistakes. It's how you deal with it.
Yeah.
And having that high level of customer service, one, resolves any crap situations, but two, makes your customers want to come back to you. Because, you know, what is the difference between Nancy that makes a lovely cake and Jenny who makes a lovely cake?
Yeah.
If they're both lovely cakes, what else is going to make somebody come back? And it's like the extra effort that you go to. And it's like asking them what they're up to at the weekend. Asking them how the day is going if they're coming into the shop and
over-deliver.
Yeah, and that for me, and that's kind of the nice side of it as well, like building that rapport with your customers and getting to know them. I've probably made friends from just doing the...
Me and you!
Yeah, we've got friends, like how nice! But yeah, but it does, and it just makes your days, like the girls in the shop, they love working in the shop because the days go quick because they talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And so not only is the customer benefiting from it, you are as well, and it's just, it's brilliant. So customer service, for no matter what your business, you need to be getting that nailed. Nothing's never too much for you. You've got to, especially in the beginning, like now I probably say no to things if I don't want to do them, if it's not for me, but that's a bit more like the business.
Yeah.
It's not customer service, it's more, you know, like, if anything, somebody came to me and wanted a fondant cake, I don't offer fondant cakes anymore because I don't think that's my speciality. So it's more for the customer's sake as well as mine. So that's not really a customer service thing, but yeah, you got to really put your all into your customer service.
So that's from a business perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us any like little sneaky tips without giving away your secrets on actually making cake? So this isn't just for people who want to start out a cake business, you know, we've all baked a cake.
We've all baked a cake, you know. Yeah.
Can you give us some little sneaky tips?
So, do you know about a crumb coat?
A what?
No. So, on a cake, when you come to, you know, you're putting your cake together, so you've got your buttercream, and you put your buttercream in the middle of your sponge, then you put your other sponge on top, and then you want to then get your buttercream to go all the way around your cake.
Yeah.
The trick is to do a crumb coat, which is literally just an initial coat of buttercream. So you get your palette knife, scrape it all the way around the side and on the top, get your, oh my god, I don't know what it's called, your scraper, scrape around, and that's good. It's going to be covered in crumbs, this first layer of buttercream. It doesn't need to be thick, but you do that first. Put the cake in the fridge for this crumb coat to set. So then when you go to put your outside layer of buttercream on, there's no crumbs because the crumbs are set in that initial layer of buttercream. So when you put your next one on, it's just going to be nice and smooth.
Perfect.
So yeah.
So then you skip straight to like the decor side.
So the actual baking side.
Right. How do you know when a sponge is ready? Honestly, I mean, this is why I'm not a cake maker.
That's
I've tried a few for like the children and that. Like, oh yeah, I'll make a cake, but actually, like, it's either hard around the edges and still gooey in the middle, or like what?
This is actually a hilarious question because we're currently having SpongeGate at the unit, where we're struggling to get the sponge like properly, correctly baked. So don't ask me this question. But no, we like the ovens are kind of conking out on us, so like we're having to adjust the timings of everything to get that perfect sponge. But number one, springiness. So get a nice clean finger and just like pop on the middle top of the cake. If the cake springs back, it's done. But there is another method to check as well as that. If you get a skewer and put it right into the centre of the cake and it comes out clean, it's done. But we found that don't put too much mixture in a tin because that's what like kind of makes it a little bit volatile. Is that the right word? But you know, like I'm just plucking words out now. But yeah, that kind of makes it easier to control a cake when there's not as much sponge in it rather than a load of mixture in.
Right.
So
I'll let you know.
give it a go. I'm expecting like a full on, you know, you just go and make a celebration cake down at home.
All singing, all dancing. That might
It's
surprise you one day.
I know. You can work for me.
Bring it in, pop it on the counter.
Yeah. Sell it.
Bestseller.
I love it.
Do you have any regrets with the business? I paused with that because I didn't really want you to. I didn't want to put you on the spot in the sense of, you know, you're saying, oh no, I don't, or
yeah.
Would you change anything?
I think I wouldn't say it's a massive regret, but something I would have done differently is to, once I went self-employed, or once I set up my company as a business and knew that it was going down a business route, I'd have kind of took a step back and thought a little bit business-minded about things.
Yeah.
Just because I did everything with my heart rather than my head. Which, you know, you could look at it on the one hand and think, well, that's worked for you. You've got a crazy good loyal customer base, you know, things are working out, you're busy and that kind of thing, which is great. But on the flip side of that, there's lots of behind the scenes financing, you know, like HR-y things that I didn't have in place to begin with, that I'm having to now go back and do, or like work on like my pricing, you know, stuff like that I didn't do from this offset. And I've been lucky enough that the business has snowballed. It's been crazy busy for a couple of years now, and it's trying to get the time in to do that. But then they're the foundations that you need to have in place to make business decisions and to make it a profitable business, because if not, there's no point in doing it. So looking back, I probably would have put more emphasis on that kind of stuff. Maybe had a bit more of a plan in place, a bit more of like thinking about how to get a bit more money behind me, that kind of thing. Because I know I mentioned it before, like I've had lots of support from my family. So yeah, that would be a bit of advice.
Yeah, I don't see that as a bad thing though.
No,
like you say, you've gone in with your heart, like you're so, and it's obvious to everybody around you, so passionate about your business. So absolutely, that is one of the things, possibly one of the biggest things that's helped build you such a loyal like customer base, a successful business. Yeah. So I wouldn't see that as a.
But then on the other side, it's kind of causing more stress now that it's become a business, because I'm having to make sure I'm covering my costs and that kind of thing. And if you said, well, Nancy, are you actually making any money on that brownie? I'm like, I've got no clue. Who knows? Lots of my businessy people, like advisors, friends, family, thinking, well, telling me, sort yourself out, Nance. Come on, you can't keep living like this. And like now I'm trying to buy a house by myself, which means, you know, I'm self-employed. I've got to have a lot of, you know, like stuff behind me if I'm doing it solo. Like lots of proof of, you know, your income and stuff, which actually would be another piece of advice. Life, you can't, you know, plan life to a T. But if you are at a position where you're wanting to buy a house, but you're also wanting to go down the self-employed route, try and buy a house before you get self-employed. It'll just make life easier. It really will. It's not, you don't have to. Like my mortgage advisor, I spoke to her the other day, and I was like, can I not buy a house now? And she was like, no, you can. And, you know, we just got to like get a few more extra bits in like together and stuff. So it is possible, but your life would be so much easier if you'd got 3 months.
Who likes an easy life?
Who likes that? Not me, that's for sure. I like to do things the hard way.
Do you know what? I am like so proud of you.
Aww.
Absolutely everything.
You are
I think you are like
cheerleaders.
an absolute boss babe.
Thanks.
And I know we're in different industries, but our industries most certainly cross over, and we are the absolute dream team, if I say so myself.
Can I just say, I've been getting recently about, I think in the last month, about 5 or 6 people get in touch and say, right, I've got you on the cake, I've got Candice on the balloons, and like it's so nice that people are like getting us together. Because we actually, I know we've said this before, but we have this bit like this sense where we combine without even talking.
And do you know what's funny? We've never actually put a package together. There isn't actually a package that you can get. Maybe there should be, but we never have. But it just shows how obviously we work well together.
Yeah.
That people have thought, oh
Yeah,
I like it.
definitely.
But yeah, I am so proud of you for everything that you've done, and I have absolutely no doubt that you will continue to smash it. There's just, you know, I have no doubt whether. Can I just say, please, can you go and open a shop in Manchester? You would absolutely nail it.
Oh, I love Manchester. Manchester or Leeds, like
Manchester,
city
yeah,
based, that would be good.
because also I do have a lot of client base in Manchester as well, so we can take the dream team over.
We
there
could
as
take
well.
it to Manchester.
But yeah, I am. I'm really proud of you. We're here on your 2nd birthday with our party hats
Oh
on.
my gosh, I can't believe where's the time gone?
And
It's
I
crazy.
think, you know, what will we be doing on the 3rd, 4th and 5th?
Who knows?
Hopefully Busy Babes will still be doing
I
it.
think we'll still be here. Busy Babes will be podcasting, and yeah, maybe we'll have more premises. Maybe the fat truck, the fat van, whatever you call it, will be on the road. Hopefully, I'm not driving it because I'm a liability. But yeah, who knows?
You know, like Max and Paddy on the road.
Oh my god, that would be us. That actually would be. I feel like you'd be the sensible one, and I'd be the absolute idiot that's like hanging out the window.
I'll drive.
Yeah, and I'll be like chucking cakes at everybody.
Genuinely, the first time Nancy on Wheels, I need to stop calling it Fat Van. Nancy on Wheels
Takes
goes
on
live.
wheels.
I'm driving it and you're the passenger.
Okay.
And we're filming it for Busy
Yeah.
Babes.
Oh god.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I've loved today.
And thank you so much for letting me talk all about myself.
I loved it.
But we have actually got your birthday coming up soon as well.
That's the end of the month.
Yeah, so we'll do this again, but all about you.
Reverse it. There we
Nice.
go. So now I'm gonna just carry on and eat the rest of my cake.
I'm gonna down
the hooch.
I'm enjoying the hooch.
Chin chin.
Chin chin, everybody.
Bye-bye,
Have a lovely
everyone.
week. I love you all.
Bye.